welcome to Ring Diaries, right here at Family TV every Wednesday at 9 p.m., where we're going to be talking about everything and anything about marriage. I am your host, Fiona Mbowa, and we'll be doing real people, real experiences, and we'll be able to talk about anything about marriage. Today, we're going to be talking about friendship in marriage. Is it important? Is it not important? And with me here is Keneth and Diana Karara, who have been married for 18 years, to tell us how has friendship helped them in their marriage, or are they actually friends? So Diana and Keneth, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us this time and being able to share your life with everyone that is watching Family TV today.
Good.
So, just Diana, what is the one thing you remember about your wedding?
About my wedding?
Yes.
There's so many people, over 1,500 guests.
Wow.
That's something I'll never forget.
Were you a president's daughter?
Not really, being that it was the first wedding in my family and on his side. We really had to have so many people, and it wowed me. It's something I'll never forget.
Wow.
Having all those people for us was something I'll live to remember.
Oh, interesting. Okay, for us the ladies, maybe it's the people. Kenneth, for you, what do you remember about that day?
Equally, I was amazed by the turn-up. It was amazing. And the fact that I was getting a wife. Wow.
That was the most interesting.
True.
So as then I looked at the people, before you looked at Diana, the wife you were getting. So getting this wife, today we're talking about friendship. Were you people friends before marriage?
Yes, we were.
Where we met at Electoral Commission, that's where we were working.
We're doing Cheo,
Yeah.
and he was my supervisor.
Ah, interesting.
That's how we met.
Yeah, and our story is unique. There was a family friend we grew up with. She looked exactly like Diana.
Oh.
And this all started when I went to ask her, are you related to Olivia? She said no. Then I told her, I'll get her photo and bring it, and you see. She just resembles you. And she's good-natured. I hope you're also like that.
You're sure it wasn't just a line to get?
No, I actually met this lady. She really looks like me.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so Kenneth is safe. It wasn't just a
No.
line.
No.
So from that, the friendship blossomed.
Yeah.
And at this time, there was nothing about love. It was just friendship.
Yeah, we are friends. We tried to get to know each other. Once in a while, we'd get out there. I told her about my love history and what I didn't like in there. So I said, I'm looking for someone who will understand me.
Okay.
I don't want to go back into what I was in. And we were there.
Okay.
So we'd keep meeting after work, have a chat. Finally, I think we got into love.
Wow. Has it helped that you're friends? Then has it helped you that you're friends with your husband?
Yes, it has helped me a lot.
How?
It has made my work very easy as a wife
Okay.
and as a parent, because parenting is actually challenging if you are not friends as partners.
Okay.
And what can I say? Life is easy.
It's
Being
easier
with
when
my
you-
friend, yes.
Oh.
Yes.
But is it easy to befriend?
Yes, he is. He may seem hard,
Yeah.
quiet, but he's actually a very good person.
Very good person. So, Kenneth,
Yes.
has it been helpful being a friend to Diana?
Yeah. I think to a larger extent. Why is it makes you feel free with each other. And at times I even forget that we are married. You know, we are discussing as if, like, you'd find your friends and say, yeah, I got this, I got the other. And so we find ourselves chatting, and that is good for marriage, you know. So
We
Interesting.
actually talk about anything and everything.
Wow.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? So can you talk about everything, like everything?
Yes.
And there are some things you can't share.
Like what?
I don't know if maybe some gentleman was like, hey Diana, you're cute today. Did you go back and tell Keneth?
Yes. Even if it's a message,
yeah, she
I'll
shows
actually
me the message
share and we laugh about it.
about it.
And
yeah.
he responds. Does he help you respond to those messages?
At times he'll pick the calls.
Wow. That is nice. But now, generally speaking, do you really think it's important for a couple to be friends?
Yeah, it
Very
is
important.
very important. This helps you in communication, which is a very big thing in marriage.
Okay.
Because when you're not friends, then you imagine, what will she think if I tell her this? What will the reaction be? But when you're friends, you can discuss anything. Because even when we're in our car driving, we see these people who dress in a funny way. Say, look at how this one is dressed. Really? Did she leave home? And then we laugh about it and we continue. Then I tell her, if you ever do such a thing, you stay on the street. Don't come back to my home. So it helps us, really.
Okay, that is good. Now, we have people, maybe not this age, but there are people who have been in arranged marriages, you find, and especially, for lack of an example now, from where we come from, you find this house has to get married to people from the other house. So arranged marriages actually still happen. So these people are not friends. They're not become friends like that, like the way you have. How do you advise these people? Is there a way these people can actually become friends?
Yeah, looking at way back, by the time these families would choose a wife for you, they were already friends and the children knew each other. Okay. Which may not be the case now. Others may go for status and the rest of it. But there's hope for the two to become friends if really, really they feel each other. It's about the individuals and character. But if you learn on a character which is far more different from what you expect, then it may not work out.
And I also think putting time in their marriage,
Okay.
if they are not friends, can actually breed out to friendship and give them a chance to become friends if they give it time and understand each other and why they are in this marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
What activities can they do? What things can they do that can help them become friends?
Activities like dating.
Okay. Even when we are married?
Yes.
How do we date when we are married?
Dating should be a daily thing
You
in
should
marriage.
never stop dating.
Because when you are doing your courtship, you'll be out there talking all the interesting, funny things. So it should remain that way all through. So that me time, if I would use that, is very important. It exposes you to your mate, and she also gets to know what you like. And from there, you build the relationship. And
Even understanding each other's love languages
Okay.
can help. If he understands that I'm a person who loves gifts or who loves quality time and makes it a point that he provides that, with time, we get to...
she could also be an attention seeker. You give her the attention. So
Attention seeker. So if attention seeking is my love language,
then I give it to you, and
and you be happy.
you'll be happy. Because that means if I don't give you the attention, then there will be a problem.
Yes.
She will think you're ignoring her. You don't want to be with her. You want to be with your friends. You know, those are always things that they say. So
But the situation you're talking about sounds very hectic. Like I have to learn you, I have to know you, I have to give it time. Is it hectic actually befriending each other in marriage?
No, it isn't. Why would something you love be hectic?
So the love takes away the work.
Yes, it does.
Because you see, most people, as we are dating, we bring, actually someone was saying when we are dating, you're dating a representative of your person. They bring on their best game. But usually it's because they know once I reach here, it is done. But what you're trying to say is that should actually never stop.
No, it shouldn't.
So doesn't that become very hectic for people?
It's not, incidentally.
And it actually makes communication better
Okay.
in your relationship.
I think a relationship is a learning process. Every day you're learning something about your mate.
Even after 18 years, you're
Yeah.
learning new things?
Still learning.
Wow. Okay. That's
Still learning.
You never stop learning.
You get to know she loves the mirror.
She
She
loves
comes out of there. Some of these things you may not have noticed 6 years ago, but you're looking at it now when it is 18 years.
and she's
So-
buying new mirrors for every corner of the house.
No, you just give her the time. So if you're setting off at 8, you say, we'll go at 6 so that she's in the mirror and she's comfortable. And
I like that. I like that. That is interesting.
yeah.
So, Kenneth, from what you've said and from the little I've got to know about you, you're always with your wife. Always with your wife. Don't you get ridicule from friends, from fellow men who keep saying "Banange"? Can't you get other friends? Don't you get that? And how do you handle it?
They can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, she's my wife. Your comments will stay on the road or outside in the hotel or somewhere. But at the end of the day, I end up with Diana in my home. I find pleasure in being with her. Why? Some men go, they're out with their friends, the wives are thinking, this one is with other women and the rest of it. So from the time we started dating, we'd be out together with my friends.
You've gone with the friends and you go with them.
I would invite her.
How would that
Even
feel?
with activities I'm not comfortable with,
Yes.
like football, I
She'd
would
come
be
and
there.
sit.
How would you handle that?
I just would feel comfortable there.
Just as
Whether
long
I'm
as
enjoying
he's
a
there?
game or not, as long as he's with me, it's okay.
That's okay. Interesting. So by doing that, don't you lose yourself?
No.
Because I've had people say, I am doing everything with the man and I've lost myself. Do you lose yourself along the way?
You don't lose
You
yourself.
don't.
Because I don't see what changes by having someone by your side. If I've been going out with my friends, have a cup of tea or a soda, I'll still have it when she's there. Yeah, so
Actually, rediscover yourself, I think.
I think so, because there are times where you find some people don't want to go home because the lady's going to make noise and say, where have you been? Or she's not comfortable. Me, I will be comfortable with mine being there, and whatever time we leave, we'll go. So I have nothing like stressing me because I'm with her and she's there. So
And
we're
she's-
enjoying our time.
She's seeing what you're doing, so she
Yeah,
won't imagine
yeah,
you're
yeah.
with other people. She is there. Hasn't this chased friends away?
No.
Some male friends would think, but this person who is always with the wife, we can't be comfortable, we can't get to talk.
They actually become my friends, and my friends become his friends along the way.
Does he tag along for the girls' outings?
We've organized some where they have tagged along as men,
As family.
as family, and we get to know each other. Because it doesn't make sense, girls going out alone and you don't know the people I hang out with,
Okay.
or men going out alone and I don't know the people that influence him at times. So we create those situations where the spouses meet.
But now for you, go with him for football. Does he come with you to the saloon? Does he? I'm trying to look at an instance whereby now it's him leaning to your programs.
Now you
Are there
see-
instances like that?
Yes, it's actually interesting. There are times we organize our saloon times
Okay.
at the same time and in the same place where they have the male section and the female. So I'm working on my nails, they are cutting his hair. Or he's working on his nails and I'm washing my hair, and we come out together. Or if he's done early, he'll sit in the car and wait for me as I'm done.
I'm sensing a lot of intentionality to this. So friendship just doesn't happen. You have to be intentional about it.
It's not intentional as such. Somehow you get
used.
It
It
just
becomes a
flows.
daily thing, yeah. And
You don't even need to plan, organize, or what.
because
Just
when I'm
flows.
leaving and I have to shave, I say, are you going to do your
Are you
nails?
going to do your nails? I tag along.
We go.
Where are the children in this? Shockingly, my husband says children are relatives. They will sort themselves out later. The relationship is what is important. So for you, where are the children in this? Because I'm thinking, okay, mommy is cooking and I'm like, we're going to the salon, and I drop everything and I go with daddy. Where are the children in this?
We're always with them, incidentally. They also go to shave when we say we're going to the
We are going to
salon.
the salon.
Whoever is interested,
Tags along.
whoever doesn't want to shave, will just go with us because they also enjoy the company. So we go with them, they wait in the car, afterwards we come back home.
It is lovely. There's something you said about wanting to go home to Diana. And what it's bringing out for me is Diana has made it a place where you can go. Does that add to the element of friendship?
Yeah, it does. Why? At times, some men don't want to go home because maybe their wives are abusive or nagging. Yeah, but if your wife is not nagging and she's always welcome, maybe you expect a glass of juice or a surprise. Why not go home? But if there's nothing, you're going home too. Then I'd rather stay with my friends because I will not go home to take abuses and the rest of it. So it depends on how your wife welcomes you and to always pull you to get home.
So like normal friends, you really need to be nice to attract this friend and create an environment where they feel safe.
Yes.
And they can always come home. Okay, that's
Yeah, like
interesting.
I always say, men are like babies. Take care of them, they will take care of you.
I think also the ladies
Disturb
are like
them.
babies.
Even ladies are like babies. I also agree. Like,
Disturb them, they don't have time for you. So
It's
take
two-way.
good care of the man, and your man will be around you. Nag him, you go to see his friends. You find reason to go. So do what is required of you. Put the right environment. Get the man getting home.
interesting. Ladies, let us make home a place where your husband wants to run, that they can escape from work to just come back to you. That's interesting. Thank you, Kenneth and Diana. And now, as we talk about the issue of friends, what's your view about single friends when you get married?
You go first.
Personally, when you get married, I think the time you give these single friends, I think it's advisable you reduce on that time with them, because these friends may not have productive advice or good advice to you, the married. I think it's important someone should be hanging out with equally married people to keep on track. Some of these people have their own issues and they could be a problem in your marriage. I'd strongly advise to keep a distance, but not too much of a distance, because you will need them at one point.
Not throw them away,
No.
just keep a distance.
Yes.
And why I'm asking that is, I'm imagining all the time that was for my girlfriends, now all of a sudden, it's for Kenneth. And remember, I'm moving with Kenneth wherever I go. You get it? So where are these girlfriends now? Are they still there? Do I just say, but I'm married now, everyone leave me alone. I am walking this journey with my husband.
You not chase your girlfriends, but things have to change because now you're married. If there were sleepovers, you can't go with your girlfriends and sleep there when you have left your husband in the house. What do you expect?
Why not, Kenneth?
For what reason?
It's been over time, we've noticed that the girls tend to lose their friends, but the men actually keep their friends. How do they manage to balance? What are we failing, Diana, on our end?
Ladies, naturally, we have a different character from the men. We have some funny characters. I could call them funny. Some end up becoming envious
Okay.
Some become jealous, and along the way they'll just take themselves off you. Yet the men will keep with that other solidarity, like what they had before, and they will stay true. Unlike the ladies will go into competition and other things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we are different. It's the characters.
More to that, maybe the ladies, they are always like clustered, single.
Clustered.
They're in
Yes,
clusters.
yeah, in clusters.
The singles are alone, the marrieds
Yeah,
are alone.
and yeah. So once you get married, they feel like, oh, that one is married now. I no longer fit in the group, so I have to look for my single friends, and that is what usually happens. But you don't have to throw your friends away.
Yeah.
If they are genuine friends, they will stay. If they are not, and they are looking for fun and happening, and they will go away to find that, because now that means you're in another class. They are seeing in a different class, and they don't fit.
Okay. So it's really coming out that you people are friends, and it is amazing meeting a couple that is actually friends. It's not just daddy sitting there, mommy sitting here. It is a friendship, and you can really sit with the two of you, and that is very beautiful. But one thing I've come to notice is you find that most couples that are this tight, people keep falling off. I'll keep coming back to that because I've seen it a lot. People will complain, "For you're always with your wife, we don't." This friendship, how do I balance the friendship with the spouse with the friendship with other couples or other friends? Because even couples, you find there are times when the men want to be alone and the women want to be alone. But now the two of you are always together. So how does that affect your other friendships outside?
As in me and Diana,
Yes.
we've managed to keep our friends because we try to involve them in whatever we are going to do.
Okay.
If it is home building sales, we'll invite them, they come and learn one or two things.
Learn
if it
from
is
us.
Rotary, we invite them. So we try to pull them into whatever we are going to do so that they are part of it.
So they don't feel
They
really
don't
left
feel like they
out.
are left out. They are no longer seeing Diana and Kenneth. They are looking at Rotary, they are looking at home builders, they are looking at church, Karibu, and the rest of the things. So we keep in there.
So you would advise actually the couples to engage these other people in the things they're doing,
yes.
so that we move at the same pace.
Yes.
Otherwise, we find that we've left out some people, and that's what I've seen happen in most couples. This is interesting. I like that you. How have you kept this friendship 18 years? And there are times you honestly don't like each other at that moment. Like this time, I do not like Diana. She has done something, and I do not like her. Don't those, because we don't want to seem like this is a very smooth path. We all know marriage has ups and downs. Are there those moments that have really been hard for the two of you?
Yeah, they are there.
Yes, they've been there. We are human beings.
It's not
naturally.
all sunshine.
Yes. There are always some thorns and roses.
And
We've made the mistakes, but we've learned from the mistakes that we've had. And we try to resolve them as a couple.
okay.
Because most times, most couples, the mistake they do is they run to their relatives, to their friends, and this gets out of hand. You know? Yeah. Imagine if I had gone, I don't know where, then Diana reports me to her mom, my mother-in-law. So my relationship with her would not be good because I would not be comfortable, you know. But when we resolve our issues and family is not there, then things keep working for us. Of course, you have a small quarrel, it is normal. It is normal. Marriage is not like a bed of roses. But what helps us, like we said, we are always together. If we have a quarrel, then we are driving the same car. We are together. Before we get to Ntinda or in town, we'll have seen something that will obstruct us, and then we forget all about that. So most couples, when they have their issues, each one gets into their car. So where they stopped is where they will start from in the evening. That's the difference. So for us, we're always together. And when you are next to each other, even that feeling of getting annoyed will go away with time, because she's there. You say, but after all,
She's here.
she's here. Why were we fighting? But then when she's away, you say, this one. If she comes back, it's like you're not satisfied. You still want to add on from where you stopped. Why did you do this? But when you're together, like we are seated here, after you say, but after all, why are we making this noise? It does not help us.
Indeed,
For us, we are there.
Indeed, it doesn't. Don't touch that dial. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Diana and Kenneth as they tell us more about their friendship journey. Before the break, Kenneth was telling us how they talk through things when they are unhappy with each other. They're able to talk through because they use one car. And Diana was actually saying yes about the one car. And that brings me back to the question.
Yes.
Why are we using one car? Isn't it more convenient to use two cars?
No, it isn't convenient using two cars. You're creating a gap.
So two cars comes with, I thought two cars, we look at two cars as a sign of wealth. Every time you get some good money, you buy mommy a car. I thought isn't that what they tell us, Kenneth?
No.
When you get some money, Diana needs her own car.
Actually, these days, we are just putting that. Those days our parents didn't have those cars, or if they had them, they would park one and move in another. Okay. To avoid that gap I'm talking about.
But now we realize it's the trend. Every compound has two cars.
That's why also the conflicts are many. That's why the breakups are many. Lack of communication because of what we think it's wealthy,
cool.
It's cool, I have my car, but you're creating a gap between the two of you.
It's a trend, but I'll give you an example. It's like one person sitting in Bukoto and the other is in Chira.
Okay.
When you're in two cars. Where's the connection?
So the one car keeps the connection going.
Yes.
I like what you said about when we are unhappy with each other. Now, we are living Bodindo. By the time we get to Kampala, oh God. Like I'm thinking I'm either boiling or I will just say, you know what, let's end the quarrel. Let's be able to talk about. So what would your advice be to people who think the two cars, first of all, they bring a bit of freedom. I mean, I don't have to leave my mirror time because he's waiting for me. I can drive out at my own pace. Yes. What advice do you give to these people?
Having two cars is not an issue, really. You can have them. There are times when we use two cars because we are going to different places, maybe different functions. But if we don't have the functions, let's try to use one car. Why? It is another way of dating with your wife.
Okay.
Because you're together, you talk. If you're in different cars, when do you ever talk? You come back when you're tired. One is saying, I'm going to sleep, and is on, I have to finish this work. So when do you ever get time to communicate or get to know if one has an issue? So one car keeps you moving.
Okay. But growing up, we used to know, like you'd look at a car, know these ones are married, these ones are dating. The married people would be in the car, one is facing this side, one is facing the other side. Now here you're telling us that being in the same car keeps us going. Doesn't it also fuel conflict sometimes?
It may not be the case. Like we said, marriage is not a bed of roses. So there are those days when there are ups and downs. You may face there, but for how long? The neck may pain. So you have to turn it this way and look at your wife. And maybe when you look at her, then you smile, and that will be the end of it.
It seems like you keep praying for the people's necks to hurt, and let the neck hurt until she looks back.
No, it will hurt you, and it will force you to get back and look at your friend.
So whatever the struggle, we face it together.
You have to face it together.
But the people will tell us, if you have an issue in marriage, first go away for some time. First take off time to think about it. What is your view on that?
I think it's very wrong. When you go away, it's like you're creating a vacuum. So how are you going to feel that? Like I said, when you have issues, stay in there. You even share the same bed. One may look the other side and you look this way. But before morning, you have turned and looked at each other and say, but why are we struggling with this? The issue may have been, I gave you 1,000 shillings, you didn't spend it well. Is that what there is in life? Is that all we need? Life is beyond that. So you should never run away, because when you run away, then you're creating room for this, the saying that you leave the cockroaches to run in your room when you are not there.
You've left the room so the
Yes.
cockroaches run.
So when you run to your friend, if your husband had another woman, then they will bring them in, and then what will you come and say? I just gone away for a break, and now I am back.
We're on a break. I'm now.
Okay.
I like that, but also as Christians, every time you do not talk, the devil talks to you separately.
Yes.
Like you will even fuel something that was very small, and you find yourself thinking about it like, actually, it wasn't just about the money. I think he's giving other people money. That's why the money is like the thing that was very small. At the end of it all, it is so huge. So let us not give the devil a chance or space to speak to us. Let us be able to talk to each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like this. How do you keep this friendship going? Because 18 years is actually a long time. 18 years. Okay. But like, how do you keep? There should be special things you do together that keep the bond. Apart from the things you do together, like the saloon, are there other things that you do that keep the bond? So that for any of our viewers out there who is trying to say, okay, I want to be like Diana and Kenneth, what are those things that they can do that can keep them close as friends?
If I would put a question to you, what are those things that separate couples? It's what you're supposed to work on, you know? Money issues. She doesn't know how much I earn. I don't know how much she earns, you know? And she's always thinking, this man has a lot of money. When I am broke, I'm even borrowing. She's always bringing lists and this. At least this man will spend the money on me, not other people. But you're straining the man, you know? So, openness.
So Kenneth, Diana
Openness.
knows all the money you make.
Hey. Then, when we are still dating, of course, I think she was also thinking this man has a lot of money. What I did, I go to the ATM and I said, it is there, my pin is this. Please run this family for this month.
And let me tell you, it was very difficult.
Oh.
So she was assuming my role as a man to take care of the family. I may not solemnly depend on my salary. I may meet my friend James and say, Kenneth, today I am okay. Have this 100,000, buy bread for your family. That is not part of my salary.
So she's managing the salary, and it's not.
For her, she's managing the salary, and it's not enough.
And yet she's been thinking there is a lot of money somewhere.
So, in order for you to have peace in your home, declare. Declare. Because once she knows what you earn, that is it. When you get the extra money, patch up the different things that are not working in the home. Those are the roles of men. But now when you say, you earn 100,000, where did you put it, you know? You all the time be struggling and fighting over money. So once you sort financial issues, once you communicate, once you have, you plan on what you want to do, you have your me time, the rest will be good.
Wow. So Diana, do you also declare all the money? All
Yes,
the
I do.
sentences?
I do. Why wouldn't I? I do.
You declare all the money and you
declare
plan
all.
it together.
Yes. All the money I get in my business, I come and tell him, and then I ask him, how can we break it down? How can we spend it?
But you people, this is sounding so ideal. Like, how do you do that? Because I know there are couples that are saying,
As easy as
my
that.
money.
No, as easy as that. Because let me tell you, Fifi, if you do not be open, if you do not declare, that's where problems start from. We have a friend who got issues. She decided to keep some monies and then buy assets on the side that the husband didn't know about. That just in case something happens, I'll fall back to this.
But then you know when we are getting married, even as singers tell us.
Do you know what happened?
Yeah.
She lost everything, and that's when she came running to the husband to declare. It didn't make sense, and actually it broke them the more.
I can imagine your husband finding out you have three
rentals.
houses.
How would you feel if it
Oh
were
my
you, Fiona?
God,
How
that
would you
be
feel?
Devastating.
If, yes, your husband was not telling you those things on the side and you got to know. So that's the same way these men would feel. So it's not advisable.
And what has happened is, most times when you don't declare these things, people have passed on and they don't know about them. They have not even helped your kids, not even your family. They're just there hanging, you know. So it's good to be open. Openness doesn't mean you go open up to your friends what is in the bedroom. No, that is between you two, you know.
It's between the two of us.
That's also openness.
It has
In other
some-
things, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I think that's it.
So we should stop advising young girls that you need to have your own thing. You can think, fallback position.
That doesn't make sense at all.
You see, when you come with legs apart,
Yeah.
one is in
This
the
side,
other,
the
then
other,
this
the
one is
other
a
side.
marriage. So how are you going to build your marriage to have it working
Yes.
when you're there half?
It's like you're in
Yeah.
church and then
Yeah.
you're out
So,
in the world, then what is what? Where
So
will
if you have a fallback position, that means you're not actually expecting this thing to work.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. So we should go in like,
Fully.
Fully.
because when you go in having two hearts, that means anytime you're thinking of leaving, yeah, why am I struggling with this man? And marriage is not a simple thing like people think. These are two different characters.
Yes.
So you have to learn each other. You have to make things work. It's where you have to bow down a bit in order to meet in between there and see that things are working.
Yes.
But if you are going to say, me, my mother, I used to tell my father this, that will not work in our marriage. No.
And why would I stick in and you make me suffer if I have my own house?
It's not about
Go to,
suffering.
you see.
I always ask people, why didn't you stay at your home? You had a house and a bed and everything. What brought you into this marriage?
They encouraged us.
No, it's not about encouragement.
Or edge coat
You
us.
came
It is
looking for a man.
love the man?
Love.
Eh.
So come in here, take care of the man takes care of you. You build your family, you build your future. The rest leave to God.
Yes.
Wow. But Kenneth, you have very interesting views. Don't you have friends who just disagree with you?
Yeah, of course. They are there. You see, this world, we are visitors here.
Yes.
But people don't know that. They imagine they are here forever. Even if you get blocks of flats, you get a lot of money, you wake up one day when you're sick and all these can't help you. You see, you're fighting over money. Money is not everything. People have money, but they are not happy.
Yes.
Ladies have gone to marriage because the man has money, but they are slaves. They are given bodyguards to saloon. They are given drivers to saloon. What kind of life is that? Are you a prisoner because you're looking for money? So money is not everything. Look for love. Look for someone who will take care of you.
Be friends, and then your vows will be easily.
Easy to kill. I keep telling people that, you see, all of us are different. But if you treat your spouse the way you treat your friend, you'll find marriage is much easier. Then if I hurt you, and I'm your friend, you'll give me some bit of, no, but Fiona didn't intend to hurt me. Maybe something, she didn't at least set out to, I'm going to hurt Diana. But there's a way we look at our spouses and we feel, if he has hurt me, he must have woken up this morning saying, I have to look for ways to hurt Diana. Which is actually not true. So I'm just adding to the fact that we actually need to be intentional about befriending our spouses. And as the two of you have made it seems so, like life becomes easier.
Yes, it is.
So how do you encourage the people who are dating maybe and who want to get married? How would you advise them about this whole thing of friendship in marriage?
As you start your dating, don't rush into getting the ring. First find out what kind of person am I having. You may not get 90% of what you're looking for. If you get 40 or 50, good enough.
Okay.
Then you can build the 60, 70, but you never get 80 and 90 because the backgrounds are different.
Different. We are
Yeah,
two
so-
strangers coming together.
So there is that 30 or 20 which remains and will remain with our family background
Yes.
and will not change that. So, but if I make a mistake like a human being, is that word called sorry?
Yes.
So don't sacrifice me because I made a mistake. You are not an angel also on this world. I don't think there are angels here.
No, they're not.
You see, we all make mistakes. It's about understanding each other. So that person you're getting, understand them. What is their character? What do they like? Are you able to do what they want? Is she also going to do what you like? Will you come to a compromising stage and you say, since I've gotten this, it is enough for me? And she also says, if I've gotten this, we can keep in our marriage and keep going.
Like as long as I get my flowers,
Yes.
I don't
So, you know, so
Yes.
you get to learn what does your mate like. Because
what
most times we never get to know what our people like. We are pretending to be knowing by buying everything and taking to them. But you may buy a bag, she's not for bags. You may buy flowers, she's not for flowers. You may not buy flowers and she's for flowers. You know?
yes.
So understand them, know what they like, and you find it easy. Because I always tell my male friends, on my salary, me, I can put on a trouser for 2 years, but I must make sure I buy Diana something.
Nice.
You
Then
see,
I like
I buy something for Diana, and I'll look for a unique thing that not everyone has.
Yes.
So when she's out there, they say, "Oh, nice shoe. Where did you get it from? Which type is that?" You know. I also feel nice when she comes back and tells me they were asking me where you got this shoe. Then I'll tell her, tell them it came from the UK. Because I also feel proud, that she's happy.
Yes.
Yes, so
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So people, we should leave out the butterflies as we are dating. We need to learn your friend, learn the person you're going to get married.
we leave out the pretense. In fact, when we were dating, I didn't want her to know who my father was then, because I didn't want her to look at maybe my father's car, or if I had a car. No, I wanted her to look at who is Keneth with his trousers and shirts. Is this the person I want to be with?
To spend the rest of my life.
So when I was leaving home, I just carried my shirts. She knows. Put them in a car, and I went to start staying with my friend. So I called and said, what do we need? That is the planning we are talking about. So we sat down, made our list. We need a mattress this month. So every month we'd buy something, until to where we are. I think we have achieved what we want. If there is little, we will get there. We are still hopeful. But at least what we talked about, we have. And we are happy.
Yes. And you're doing it together.
Yeah.
There's a lot of planning involved that I'm hearing. I'm hearing you saying you put, like, whatever you're to do, you actually put it down together and see how to work. And I think it is better. If you work at it together, you can easily achieve your goals. Thank you, people. This is
even when I go to the bank to pick a loan, I'll tell her I'm going to pick this money. We'll use it for this. So she knows, you know. So I'll pick the money, go spend it on what I told her. She will not start saying, now the other money you got from the bank, where did it go? Because she's seeing the results, you know,
So
as long as I do that, she will not question me. That means she has a confidence.
Yes.
And whatever I am to do, I let her know. It's not like I'm asking for permission, no. But we are discussing for a better future for us.
That's actually what I was going to ask, and I'm going to ask Diana. So all these things that Keneth is talking about, and there are people who think you're tight marking, for lack of a better word. You're tight marking, you have to know what he's spending
if they
on.
think that way, that is their own opinion. But to me, I'm comfortable with it and I'm happy with it. It's what we have set out to do and we are comfortable with it.
And it's
what
working.
those other people think doesn't matter.
And it's working for you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is working.
That's
And we're not complaining.
Yeah, I can see you're not complaining.
No.
That is beautiful, because most times we fear what people say, like, you're always with the man, can't you give the man space? Well, but it is very important that what the two of you decide is actually paramount, regardless of what the rest, consider the rest noise.
Yes.
And just listen to what the two have decided. It's very beautiful. Your story is very beautiful, and I really hope someone can be inspired out there to either befriend their spouse. If you're in a place where you have been married and you don't have what they have, I don't think is it too late?
No, it isn't.
It's never too late.
It's never
And
too
people
late.
should not give up. People should not look for property and the rest of the thing. These things are built. It's according to what you plan. What do you want to achieve? If you know what you want to achieve, you work towards that. Like the Bible says, he who finds a woman finds what?
He who finds a wife.
A wife, sorry, finds a good thing. Yeah.
Yes, and
And
finds favor.
In the Lord, yes.
Yeah.
so if you find a good thing, then you have all the favor from God.
Amen. This is really beautiful. I'm enjoying this conversation, and I really hope that all our viewers on Ring Diaries are enjoying this conversation, because we set out to bring real people that are discussing real issues, not just what is out there, but real issues. And I'm glad that you've been able to share this story with us. I know I'm very inspired. I'm going to go back home and put some things down, and also engage my husband that we need to do some things differently. I just want, Diana, what would be your parting shot to our viewers? What would you want to, like, if they forget everything we've said through this, what is that one thing you want them to remember?
Our viewers should, especially the marrieds, they should remember that marriage without friendship is a lie. And to be able to work out your vows, you have to be friends.
Yes.
Yes. Like, there's a story we haven't given you. For us, we have seen it all. We have moved those vows. We know what they mean through our walk of life as a couple. We've passed through the sickness and health. There was a point when Kenneth was going, 2019. He got blood clots. He was in coma for 4 months on life support.
Wow.
I did not leave his bedside for even a day, even when he was in ICU.
Okay.
And everything was going. I literally saw that other side, and I said, I'm not leaving my friend in hospital alone. My neighbors can attest to that. I didn't step home. I didn't mind what was happening home. Those are worldly things that will live on earth. But
So you stuck by your friend.
I stuck there in the rain, in the cold, sunshine, and actually the hospital people got me a counselor. They thought I was running nuts because I was literally there on the floor by his bedside. And I think because of what we share, I think God remembered that, you know what,
I can't take this
I
girl's
cannot
friend.
take this friend away.
Wow.
And he brought him back to me.
Okay.
We
That
have
is
seen the
amazing.
sickness and health. We've seen the for richer, for poorer. We have walked. We didn't have literally anything. There's a point where we used to even borrow money for rent, money for fees. But today we are different. We have, at least we can fend for ourselves.
And you think the friendship has actually...
Exactly. It's because of that friendship. When we didn't have, we planned to get to where we are. We communicate, we organized ourselves, and we are happy. It's because of the friendship.
So friendship makes marriage easy. I
Yeah.
think that's what I actually can take from this.
Yes.
Friendship makes marriage easy.
And it's not to be taken for granted.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes, Kenneth.
Yes.
What's your parting shot for our viewers?
I think she has said it all, but
Yeah.
when you get into this marriage, really, when you get into this marriage, go in with one heart. Because the person you have picked among so many is the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with.
Yes.
That is your friend.
Yes.
Yeah, so When you start looking for the small things to divide you, then that is a problem. Life has never been simple, and it will never be. Today it is bad, tomorrow it is good, the other day it will be better. But when people find that life is becoming hard, they want to run away from the marriage. I'm not going to stay with this poor man. That poor man is still trying to find a foundation. But how have you helped this person?
Yes.
You, as a wife,
How have you helped?
you may be the problem to his poverty.
You know?
Overspending, asking for things that are
Outrageous.
out of, yes. So we should not only look at the man does not provide. What have you done as a wife? So this game is for two people. The actors are two, wife and husband. So you must take it up to the end.
Wow.
Like in a movie, the stars never die. The stars never
They're going to
die.
die in this movie of marriage.
So husband and wife are not supposed
You
to
must-
die in their marriage.
yes.
You must take it up to the end. And that is what is required of us.
Wow.
Those of you who are there, act the movie till the end. Don't die.
I know, do not die in the
In your
movie.
movie.
This movie of marriage, we are not allowing to die.
No.
Thank you very, very much, Diana and Kenneth. You have indeed blessed me, and I know you've blessed someone out there. And I pray that your marriage continues to flourish like this, so that you become even bigger testimonies for people who are watching and who are seeing your life. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching us. Remember, if you're like me and got married at 23 and you live up to 80, you're with this person longer than you are single. So befriend them, be their friend, and see how you enjoy life together. Remember, this is Ring Diaries every Wednesday, 9 p.m. on Family TV. See you.